Why, hello again. It's the Gold Dragon himself, Lord Scorpion 13. And this is Raid Shadow Legends. I woke up this morning getting ready to edit a video I was going to upload later today, and noticed that we have a new champion pass, and we get He-Man. So I had to tinker around with it a little bit, look through the rewards. Got some really awesome rewards coming up through it, even for the free players. Banners and amulets and everything for Sacred Order. Energy, silver. There's a whole bunch of good stuff. And a feast for making it to level 25. Now the elite route, which is for 40, or you can unlock it all for 60 bucks. We give you all of this plus even more, and you get He-Man at the end of it. Let's take a look at He-Man real quick. I'm excited. He-Man's in Sacred Order. They gave him a shield. I don't remember him having a shield, but that's okay. Look like He-Man. First skill, Eternian Slash, level 1. Attacks one enemy, places an extra hit on enemies from the corrupted. Now these are, I'll explain that in a minute. Also fill this champion's turn meter by 10%. Fills their turn meter by an additional 2% for each buff on this champion. Damage based on attack and hit points. Interesting. Second skill, Luminous Cleave. Attacks one enemy. Before attacking, places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Will ignore stone skin buffs. If this attack kills an enemy, fills the turn meters of all allies by 30%. Damage also based on attack and HP. Seeing a pattern forming here. Third skill, I have the power.
Don't even try.
Attacks all enemies. The damage inflicted by this skill increases by 10% for each buff placed on this champion before the skill is used. Stacks up to 500%. Really? Resets the skill after it's used. Damage based on attack and HP. And he has an R skill. 28% speed boost in arena battles. And he has a passive skill, Masters of the Universe, level 1. Increases this champion's attack and HP by 5% for each buff placed on this champion. Stacks up to 50%. Now the attack and HP makes sense. Places a 25% strengthen buff on this champion for 2 turns at the start of each round. Also places a 25% strengthen buff on this champion for 2 turns whenever an enemy's hit points drop below 50% after this champion's attack. This champion is immune to petrification debuffs. Okay, I got you. No extra skin, and he's legendary attack. Level 60. Skills. Very nice. I want them. I just don't want to pay the 40 bucks. Not only did this come about, we have Skeletor Chase. After 7 days, you get the Skeletor. Knight's Revenant. Support Champion. First skill, Havoc Scythe. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of increasing the duration of a random debuff on the target by 1 turn. Damage based on HP. Second skill, Skull Comet. Attacks one enemy. Has a 75% chance of placing a petrification debuff on the target for 1 turn. Now that's new to me. If the target is a boss, places a 50% decreased attack debuff and a 50% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns instead. Hey, that would be fun in clan balls. Anyway, whenever a petrification debuff is removed or expires on an enemy, has a 50% chance to place a 30% decreased speed debuff on that enemy for 1 turn. That goes up to 100% and 75% with skills. Third skill, Begone Fools, level 1. Places a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance to steal any block debuffs and 1 other random buff from each enemy. Now that sounds fun. This decreases the enemy's turn meters by 15%. If an enemy is from the Tolarian League, the league decreases that enemy's turn meter by 30% instead. Like I said, I'll explain the leagues here in a minute. Third skill is an Ascension skill, Master of Evil, passive. Whenever this champion attempts to place a debuff, steal a debuff, decrease an enemy's turn meter, or increase the duration of a debuff on an enemy, increases this champion's accuracy by 20 for each buff on that enemy. Now that's nice. Whenever this champion is hit, has a 40% chance to place a 50% decreased resistance debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. This chance increases to 75% against champions from the Tolarian League. And has an R skill, increased accuracy in all battles by 60. The phase 1, after 7 days you get Skeletor, and after 14 days you get his 2 scars, Soul Ascension. Phase 2, you're in points that will basically take him to 5 stars of Soul Ascension. Now, real quick, I'll explain. Notice in your champion index factions, the Bandalords, High Elves, Sacred Order, and Barbarians are part of the Tolarian League. That's where that Tolarian League comes in. The Corrupted, Demon Spawn, Undead Hordes, Dark Elves, and Knights Revenant are part of the Corrupted. And as you can see here, Skeletor is part of the Corrupted League. Basically, they've written Skeletor and He-Man's rivalry into the game. So, you have something to look forward to for the next month. It's nice, makes a very nice Christmas present, don't you think? But no, I wanted to bring this to you. Wanted to bring this information to you real quick. As soon as I noticed, give you a little breakdown so that you're prepared for the next time you log into your raid account. And until next time, y'all have a good one. Alright?
I think I like this dragon.